Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video. Top Sunday, number 7. Holy crap, number 7. Like, just thinking about that number, it feels like we just started the series. But, I'm very excited to do this, and I just caught a bit of, rice in my mouth, because I was just eating butter chicken. But, yeah. Today is September 5th, 2021. And it's the Queen's birthday today. And I'm not talking about Queen Victoria or whatever. I'm talking about Freddie Mercury. Somebody. Anyway, you guys can see from the title, I'm very excited to do this actually. I almost did a very much lazy version of this list, but I was like, you know what? No, I want to do this list for real. Alright? And this is my personal top 10 most anticipated scenes in the Dune film. This film 2 nights ago had its Venice Film Festival premiere, got a 6-minute standing ovation, and oh man, I can't stop rewatching this clip of Timothée Chalamet and Denis Villeneuve hugging and during the ovation, like, and just hearing that awesome Hans Zimmer score in the background, which must be the end credits. That's got to be the end credits playing, and that's why the score's playing. This is not even close. My most anticipated film of this year, in general, not just for the rest of the year, but this was always like my most anticipated film of 2021, to be honest. And yes, I am very excited for Spider-Man: No Way Home as well. That's probably my second. Because surely Tobey Maguire is back. My childhood returns. Anyway, my top 10 most anticipated Dune 2021 scenes. This is coming from someone who is a big fan of the book, of course. I did become a fan because of this movie coming out. And so, yeah, like I said, this film, I don't know if I said it on YouTube, but on Facebook, I did make a post saying, like, no matter how this film turns out, I have nothing to lose. Because in this film, I read the book because of this film, like I said. But anyway, I don't want to drag this out too long. There are 3 scenes. Oh, by the way, huge spoilers in this, obviously, because, like, I read the book, so I'm going to talk about huge spoilers from the book and potentially the movie. Alright? And, as someone who read the book, and I am aware that these, not every single scene, even that I've listed here, might not even be in the film, and that's alright. I'll still take this opportunity to talk about. I'm so excited for this film. I don't want to wait another month, man, but anyway, there are 3 scenes that I'm not going to include on this list because, I'll get onto them now, but the Gom Jabbar and the scene where they save the men from a sandworm. You know, when Leto is like, run! And, you know, when they save the men from getting that harvesting spice, you know, the spice harvester scene. That's it. That's the name. I was blank on what that scene is called. The spice harvester scene and the Gom Jabbar scene. These 2 scenes I'm not going to include on this list because from the trailers we've already seen like what those scenes are kind of going to be like. You know what I mean? I'm still excited to see them. You know, I'm still very excited to see them. But I don't know. From, you know, being that we saw a good amount of both of those scenes from the trailers. I was like, you know what, I don't want to include on the list at all. Like, it has no place on this list now, you know what I mean? And also, there's another scene I'm not going to include on this list, and that is the mood scene. Honestly, the mood quote might be my favorite quote in the entire book, to be honest. Gurney Halleck's quote about mood. What's mood to do with it? I did see that whole clip from this film, and it is glorious. I could not be happier with, honestly, how the mood scene turned out. I love that quote ever since I first read it. I love that quote so much. And I saw a full clip of that scene, and it turned out incredible, in my opinion. Like, I'm really happy with how that scene turned out. And, just excellent, man. So those three scenes I'm not going to include, although, only because I feel like I've kind of seen them already, the version in this film. But that does not make me less excited for them, I just didn't want to include them on the list anymore. That drive wasn't there anymore to include it on the list, but yes, love the mood scene, how it actually turned out for this film. Could not be happier with it. Alright. Now, I'm so sorry, guys. We're almost 6 minutes and we haven't gone to the list yet, but alright. Let's get on with the top 10. And, number 10, we have the garden scene. By the way, this is like, for those who don't know, this will just be the first half of, this film is going to be like just the first half of the book. And come on, there's going to be a sequel, alright, to do the rest of the book. And Gore, shut the fuck up. The sequels, it's not going to fucking happen. Shut the fuck up, man. Seriously, but yeah. So, for those who don't know Dune, this film is just going to be the first half of the book, so I am including scenes just from where a lot of people believe that this film will end at, you know what I mean? Anyway, so like I was saying, number 10, the garden scene. There's this scene in the book where, like, Jessica, goes into this beautiful, like, garden thing, and there's, like, a note left for her by, Lady Fenring. I remember hearing, like, a while back that this might be a scene that's not in the film, which, is sad, but I still wanted to mention it anyway. Who knows, we might end up actually seeing it. We never know, but, it was so beautiful just to picture this part of my head. I really love that garden scene in the book. And number 9, we have Liet-Kynes' death. And I'm like a lot of people, I am not a fan of freaking gender swapping Liet-Kynes. I never was. And what makes it sad is 2 years ago, when I first heard about this change, that I was like, you know what? I bet you there's a good reason that there's this gender change. And then I found out it really was just woke feminist pandering BS all along, and that deeply saddens me. But that's not why I'm looking forward to Liet-Kynes' death, alright? If for some reason you don't know the book and are watching this and want to be spoiled, yes, Liet-Kynes, if you're happy about this, Liet-Kynes dies, okay? And in the book, there was like a scene where I'm gonna say he, okay? Because this is me mentioning scenes from the book, alright? So I'm gonna say he, because Liet-Kynes is and will always be a he, okay? He hears, like, his father's voice, because he gets, like, left to die in the desert, which is horrible, by the way, and he hears his father's voice, and all that. Maybe in this version, she hears her mother's voice. I don't know, but, yeah, Liet-Kynes' death, surely this is in the film, because I hear another rumor about another scene that's on this list, but Liet-Kynes' death, if this part is in the film, then I'm very curious to see how, they do the hearing the voices in this head thing. You know what I mean? Alright. And number 8, I have, a scene that absolutely looks like it's in the film. I mean, based off that tattooed thingy look of Jessica. Number 8, the Water of Life scene. This scene, this scene was trippy in the book, man. Like, I imagined the 1971 film Macbeth by Roman Polanski. I don't care if you have any horrible thoughts on Roman Polanski, by the way, I'm mentioning him, alright? Because his film on Macbeth, there was this really trippy scene where Macbeth returns to the sisters, and to get answers about the future or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but but then when he returns and maybe he drinks water or something like that. I don't, like I said, I don't remember exactly, but he kind of experienced a lot of trippy ass imagery. That's kind of how I imagined the Water of Life scene when I was reading the book. And a lot of people reckon there's a lot of assumptions that this will be the cutoff point for this film. So that's a pretty trippy way to end a film, And I hear that the very last words of this film are, "This is only the beginning," from Chani, I hear. But, which is awesome. And, yeah, the sequel's gotta happen, man. Warner Brothers are on board with it. And absolutely, I'll see this in cinemas. And if you're watching this, please see this film in cinemas. Don't watch on HBO Max, alright? Seriously. Otherwise, fuck you. But number 7, I have Jessica and Shout Out Mapes. I hear that Shout Out Mapes in this film will be played by a Asian lady, like an old Asian lady, which is all good, There was this, but the specific scene I'm talking about is when Shout Out Mapes talks to Jessica when she first arrives on Arrakis, and Shout Out Mapes shows Jessica a Chris knife, and then she unbuttons her shirt, and Shout Out Mapes is like, "Kill me, please," or something like that. I'm very excited if that scene is even in the book, in the film, sorry. I'm very excited to see that part play out, man. Kind of an underrated moment in the book, if you ask me. Underrated character too, Shout Out Mapes. She was nice. Gone too soon. But number 6. Now, this is a scene that I actually asked someone on Twitter who apparently had info about this film, long time ago, maybe 6 months ago or something like that. Probably a lot longer than that. But I asked if this dinner scene was in the film, because there's a scene in the book when I think somebody accidentally spilled water, and then later was like, "Everyone spill your water," or something like that, I really love that part, but what I'm really looking forward to in this scene, there's this, I keep forgetting the character's name, but he was this water bearer guy. I keep forgetting his freaking name. This water carrier guy, whatever his name is. I don't know, but I pictured James Corden as him when I read the book. I'm not joking. If the scene is in the film, then that's awesome. Because I really enjoyed this dinner scene, man. Although I am kind of questionable about, I do feel questionable about him spilling water just like that, man. On Arrakis, freaking desert planet, desperately need water. I'm not listening to you, man. I'm not pouring my water on the freaking floor. But yeah. Anyway. So now we go into my top 5 most anticipated scenes of Dune 2021, the film. And number 5, we have Jamis. Now, it looks like they're doing something a little bit different with Jamis in this film, compared to how he was in the book. Because in this film, he looks like he has feelings for Chani, and I'm excited to see that part play out, if it appears that way. Because you see in the trailer, he's like, "Come with me," and maybe he has a crush on Chani, and that's why in this version he fights Paul. That's a change that to me is welcome. And if so, that makes me even more excited to see the Jamis fight. And by the way, Paul's gonna kill him. He just will, because he did in the book. So yeah, very excited for this part. like the drama's fine in general, but just, if, he is going to, have feelings for Chani, and that's why he's jealous with Paul, and that's why they fight, that makes me more excited, you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway. Number 4, the grandfather twist. I bet you, once this scene comes up in the film, a bunch of fuckwads are gonna say, Dune ripped off Star Wars, and honestly, you're a dumb cunt if you think that, man. Because it's literally the other way around. And deep down I do love Star Wars, but honestly, recently I've been resenting Star Wars because it ripped off so much from Dune. And, Dune really should be just as popular as Star Wars. Alright, just for that. Alright. But as I was saying, number 4, the grandfather twist. Paul, I am your grandfather. And yes, I know it's I am your father, not Luke, I am your father from Star Wars. Alright, yes. The Baron Harkonnen is actually Jessica's father, which makes him Paul's grandfather. When I read that part in the book for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? And like that part was just like so freaking like epic to me. It's like, oh my gosh, that like sealed the deal for me on this book being a masterpiece, honestly. And this was like the end of the first of 3 parts in the book, man. I love this twist so much, and surely they're gonna put this shit in the film, like, come on. And oh my gosh, I'm very excited for this scene. I feel like I don't need to say anything more. Yes, let's see, the huge twist, just another thing that Star Wars ripped off from Dune. But yes, number 3 is a scene, another underrated in my opinion scene. Number 3, Stilgar's first scene, because in the book, there's a scene when like Duncan Idaho is like, Sire, Lord Duke or whatever, there's a man here to see you, a Fremen, and that man was Stilgar, and then he spits on the table, and all the Atreides guards freak out, and then somebody says, no, wait, this is a sign of respect, him spitting on the table, so this scene, and plus, this scene has got to be in the film. I mean, I remember seeing this, behind the scenes photo of Jason Momoa and, Stilgar, and there's literally only one part in the book where, these two characters interact, at least in the first book. So this part is in the film. Alright, just simple as that. This part is in the film, and I'm excited to see it. Okay? So that's number 3. Number 2, Yui's death. Now, this is a scene that's heavily rumored to have been cut, and I hope not, because this is a scene that I was very excited to see and played out on screen. It was such an emotional, powerful scene in the book, man. When Yui was like, now, where is my wife? And then but the Baron was like, you want to join your wife? And Yui's like, yep. And then Pita stabs Yui in the back, literally. And then the Baron is like, then join her! And that was just such a powerful scene from the book, man. It was like, oh my gosh, this is just epic tenfold. Whatever tenfold means. I hear it a lot. I imagine it means like something along the lines of bumped up to 11 or something like that. Just a powerful scene. I really hope they didn't cut the scene from the film, because that's such a powerful scene, and it was always one I was very excited to see play out on screen. I imagined it was like rainy and kind of purpley, like atmosphere background, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I imagined it. And I imagined it was rainy, and then join her! Yeah, but anyway, number 1, the number one scene that I'm most looking forward to, and I feel like this is number one for a lot of people. Number one, Duke Leto's death. This is my most anticipated scene. It comes right after Yui's betrayal. And then he's like, the tooth, Duke, Sir Duke, remember the tooth. And then like, and Duke, because the tooth will kill Leto as well, and then Duke Leto, like, he bites on the tooth, and then he freaking, like, releases the mist into the air and kills a bunch of guards, and Peter DeVries, yes, this is also technically Peter's death, who's in this film is played by David Dastmalchian, but he fails to kill the Baron, dies trying. That's just, but like, of course, you know, when you actually read the whole book, you see what happens with the Baron in the end, and like, just the fact that Duke failed here makes how Baron goes in the second half all the more satisfying, you know what I mean? By far, my most anticipated scene. I'm so excited to see this scene play out. And that's it. That's my list. Those are my top 10 most anticipated Dune 2021 scenes. Y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed. And, yeah, very excited for this film. My birthday is literally 20 days from now. And, honestly, after my birthday, just cryogenically freeze me. Seriously, just freeze me. And then, so that I can watch this film and see it come out. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's your boy's, list. Hope you guys enjoyed, and who knows, maybe all of these scenes secretly are actually in the film, you know, so, alright. That's my list, y'all. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out, y'all.